Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm an activities coordinator at Lillyburn Care Home. Been here for nearly 4.5 years. Claire had approached me and said that there was a Lingo Flamingo course that was available. Said that it would help us to teach languages to residents. So I was quite keen because I enjoyed languages at school and I wanted to kind of learn more. Some of the residents already know languages anyway, like you could talk about it and somebody who's went to Spain every year and they'll know their Spanish and they could order food in a restaurant. Mm-hmm. So I learned a wee bit from them as well, so incorporating it into activities that they would enjoy was quite interesting to me, and I thought, what could we do different? So I had, we sometimes do some kind of, it depends, sometimes we do sort of matching cards and picture games, and I thought maybe if we used languages there, we would all go around the table and we were writing up words and I was asking them if they knew what it meant, then we would do a guessing game with them. I also found Spanish bingo as well, so that kind of was quite good because bingo is a big thing that a lot of residents like to take part in, so changing it up a little bit, because we do musical, we do regular bingo, and thought, well, why not Spanish bingo, to bring in the language, and printing off photographs with the words so that they could see them. And I also incorporated talking about their past, so we talked about school, and we used Spanish words for things at school, and we used pictures again, and I'd show them like that's the teacher and what was your teacher like, and then I would give them words for maybe how they would describe subjects and teachers, so that's how we incorporated that into it.
Mi gusto ir a la playa.
It's quite nice sit and talk. A lot of the time we sit and talk with a resident and they like to talk about their past or their childhood. So bringing that into the language, bringing the language into that sort of conversation was quite good, talking about holidays. They like to talk about holidays, where they've been, what sites they've seen, and sometimes we do sort of quizzes with landmarks and things. So this is where you learn a wee bit about where they've travelled and what they know. So that's kind of how I put it into activities, because I know a lot about them in their past, what they did. They asked us to try and adapt a multisensory approach during the course. They sort of said ideas that you might be able to use, smells and tastes and things. Some things can be just too much, so I thought, well, how can I incorporate that into what the residents enjoy? And we were having some nice weather at that time as well, and I thought, well, we can't just go out to the beach, and I thought, why don't I bring a beach to the residents? Then I brought everything back, printed out the pictures, and put the Spanish words for each picture there. So they have real-time pictures. I also had a paddling pool with sand and shells, so the things we collected at the beach we put into the play sand, so they could touch it, feel it, so it's a sensory thing. Also we had a paddling pool, which a couple of the residents liked to put their feet in because it was a lovely hot day, so they sat there. We made candy floss for the smell and taste, obviously. I also had oranges that I cut up, thinking of the Spanish side of it with Seville oranges, so we tried oranges. We had a candle that was like driftwood and sea smells, just to try out all these different elements. Once you put it all together though, they really enjoyed their day, and we finished it off with ice cream. So I'd already made up flashcards for each of these things that I put together, and we had sun cream and hat and everything, so everything you would associate with being at the beach is what we put all together, and sat out in the veranda in the sunshine to do that. He spoke about during the war he was moved over to Ayr to stay with his grandparents, and he said the beach was just down the road from him, so he was used to going swimming. He recognised the smells of sun cream and everything, so it went into him telling me a story of his past when he lived in Ayr, how the beach was close to him, and bringing back the memories of that. So that was quite nice to have that. Also Betty talked about when she was holding the sand, she said it bring back memories of being at the beach. She went to the beach often with her 2 sons and her husband and building. The cultural side of things, I looked at what was popular in Spain that would be important to the residents, whether like for tasting things and looking at things. So we decided we had a Spanish day where we had an armchair travel to Spain, where we looked at all the kind of culture there. So they learned about the culture in that, and so did I. And then we had some Spanish music, and then that brought back memories of their holidays in Spain, so they were able to tell me where they've been. And then the kitchen got involved and organised Spanish themed food. They made the menus up with the Spanish wording, so they had tasted things that were all in the Spanish culture, so they all enjoyed that, sitting at the table. I had the tables all done up like a Spanish flag as well to make it look authentic, so like a Spanish cafe, we had the music in the background, so it kind of gave the cultural element to the activity as well. We always do kind of armchair travel anyway, so we'll do a wee bit more of that. And I'm thinking just incorporating that with any type of activity where they can learn words. One of the ladies had said that her granddaughter has a degree in Spanish, so she would like to learn a wee bit more Spanish so she can actually have a conversation. So we've got some work to do there, but I think doing it more often and adding it in to everyday activities, we're going to get something out of it. And even if they're not learning a full-on language, because I still don't know the full language, but having an understanding of it and being able to tell you words when they see things and what they're called in Spanish. So I think that's what we'll try and see how it goes.